Hello, great learners. You're welcome to Math Theater TV. In our lecture for today, we're looking at sum of an arithmetic progression. And the question we have here says, if the seventh term of an AP is twice the third term, and the sum of the first four terms is 42, we should find the common what? Difference, which is what? D. All right, now if we proceed now, but before I proceed, don't forget, if you're seeing this channel for the first time, why not give us a like and smash the subscribe button, and most importantly, turn the bell notification on so you don't miss out when we post interesting topics like this. So let's proceed. Now they said the seventh term of an AP is twice. The seventh term of an AP is twice what? The third term, which is what? T3. All right. Now bringing into the expression here now, T7 is what? T7 is A plus 6D. And y T3 is what? A plus 2D. All right. Now, removing brackets here, that will give us 6D. 2 times this, that's 2A. 2 times this, that will give us plus 4D. Okay? Then, if we move everything to the right-hand side in order to equate this to 0, so that gives us 2A plus 4D. When this cross to the right-hand side becomes minus A. When this cross also becomes minus 6D, and that becomes equal to 0. So 2A minus A will give us A, while 4D minus 6D will give us minus 2D, and that will equal to what? 0. Now, if we make A solve the formula, A will equal to what? If we 2D cross the right-hand side, that will give us what? Positive 2D. All right, I'll call this equation 1 first. Then let's proceed again. They said the sum of the first four terms is 42. The sum of the first four terms is 42. Now, x what? X4, or let's start with what? The formula for finding what? Sum of an AP is equals to what? N ratio 2 in bracket 2A plus N minus 1 what? D. Now, that's the formula for finding the sum of an AP. Okay, now if we substitute now, they said the first four terms. So X4, they give us the value as 42. So 42, which is the sum of the first four terms now, equals what? Equals number of terms there is 4. So that's 4 divided by 2. In bracket, we have 2A plus N, which is what? The value of N again is 4 minus 1D. Okay. Now, we've already gotten the value of A from here. So we'll substitute the value of A now, which is 2D, into this what? Into this equation now. So that gives us 42. If 2 cancel here 1, that will give us 2. So we have 2 here, then bracket 2. The value of A here now, we substitute this, that's 2D. Then plus 4 minus 1, that's 3. 3 times D, that's 3D. Okay, so we have 42 equals 2. Then in bracket, 2 times 2D, that's 4D. Then we have plus 3D. So 42 now equals what? 2 in bracket 7D. So 42 equals what? 14D. So if we divide both sides by 14, that will give us what? Our D becomes what? 3. 14 1 here, that's 3. So the common difference is what? Common difference is 3. Okay. Which is what actually we are asked to look for. So that's the solution to the problem. We are looking for the common difference, and we've gotten that already. Except you're asked to look for what? For the first term, which is A, then you come here and put 3 here. So the value of your first term A becomes 6 if you're actually asked to look for the first term. So let's say yet again another question still on the sum of an AP. But if you got any value from the first question, why not give us a like on this video? We'll really appreciate it. And also turn the bell notification on. After you click the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, because that's the only way you can get instant notification when we post interesting topics like this. Now let's see the second question here says, how many terms of the what? Of the sequence 12, 14, 16 we add up to what? 276. So here we're looking for the value of N in what? In the formula for finding the sum of what? Of an AP. So let's put this in the right perspective now. So this gives us what? Our first term A, the first term is 12. Then Y, our common difference D is this minus this or this minus this. And that will give us what? That will give us 2. That's our common difference, 2. Okay, remember we have our formula as what? As N over 2 in brackets 2A Okay, in bracket 2a plus what? Plus n minus 1d. That's a formula for finding sum of what? Sum of an AP. So we're looking for the value of n. How many terms will amount to what? How many terms? What number of terms will amount to this? So it's n we're looking for. All right. We replace this now. The sum of that total sum of that sequence is 276. So we have 276 here equals to, we don't have the value of n, that's what we're looking for. Okay. Then we have 2. The first term is what? 12. So substitute a with 12. Plus, we don't have the value of n, that's what we're looking for. Common difference, we've got it as 2. Okay. So here we have 276. We have our n over 2. Then here 2 times 12, that's 24. Then if we remove the bracket here, 2 times plus n will give us what? 2n. And 2 times minus 1 will give us minus 2. Okay. So 276 is equals to what? N ratio 2 in brackets. 24 minus 2. That will be 22 plus what? Plus 2n. Okay. Then from here, what do? We cross multiply. We'll cross multiply. And when we do that, we're going to have n into what? Into 22 plus what? Plus 2n on the left. On the right hand side, this is going to multiply this. 2 times what? 2 times 76. And if we multiply that, that will give us what? 2 6 is 12. That's 2 carry 1. 2 7 is 14 plus 1 15. That's 5 carry 1. 2 times 2 4 plus 1, that's 5. So we'll multiply this and this, we're going to have 552. Then if we remove brackets here, this will give us what? N times this will give us 22n. N times this will give us 2n squared. And here we have 5 552. Now putting this in the right perspective to come out in the form of what? Quadratic. So that will give us 2n squared plus what? The 22n. Then if we move the 552 to the left hand side, it becomes negative 552, and we equate that to 0. So this has come out as what? As a quadratic what? Quadratic equation. Now one more time, please, if you're getting the value from this lecture, why not? Please do give us a like for this video, and subscribe, and most importantly, turn the bell notification on, because that's the only way you get instant notification when we post interesting topics as this. Now let's proceed. Now to resolve this now, we'll apply factorization method. But first of all, let's see. The coefficients here and the constant term here, they are all multiples of 2. So we can take that to the lowest term. You can say, okay, divide through by 2. So if we divide this by 2, we're going to have n squared. Divide this by 2, we're going to have 11n. Divide this by 2, 2 into 5, 2 remainder 1, 15, that's 7 remainder 1, 12, 6, okay? So this will give us this one, divide all through by 2. Now, how do we resolve this now? The coefficient of the first term is 1, so 1 times this will give us 276. Then we look for what? We look for the factors of 276 such that when we add both of them, it will give us the middle term, which is plus 11. And if we multiply, it will give us what? If we multiply those two factors, it will give us our 276. Now, if you do your research very well, the factors of 276 that we can use to replace the middle term now is going to be 23 and what? And 12. 23 and what? 12. But the sign we're going to ascribe to them, this will be positive, this will be negative. Not only that, we add a variable here, n. So these are the two factors we are going to use now to replace the middle term, because 23 minus what? 12 will give us positive 11, and 23 times minus 12 will give us what? Minus 276. So replacing the middle term with these two, this becomes n squared plus 23n minus 12n minus 276 equals 0. Then we group and bring out the common factors. What's common here is n. N into this is n. Plus n into this is 23. Common factor here is 12. 12 into this is n. Negative will give us positive. 12 into 276. If you divide, you're going to have 23 equals 0. Now what you have in the bracket is the same. So that's m plus 23. Then enclose the one you don't have in the bracket, which is m minus 12. Now if you resolve this individually, from the first one, m plus 23 equals 0. If you cross your 23 to this side, the value of your n will be what? Negative 23. Similarly, n minus 2 equals 0. If you cross, n minus 2 equals 0. If you cross this to this side, the value of your n will what? Will be positive 12. And don't forget that the terms we have there, they are what? They are all positive terms. So there's no way the value of n will be a negative what? Will be a negative, number of terms will be a negative number. So therefore, the value of our n finally is what? We have 12 terms in that what? We have 12 terms that make up what? The 276. So that's the solution to this interesting question on some of an AP. So that will be the size of our lecture today. If you've gotten any value for this lecture, why not? Please, one more time, give us a like on this video. We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate it. And most importantly, subscribe. And don't also forget to turn the bell notification on so you get instant notification when we post interesting questions like this you are bound to see in your what? In your forthcoming WAEC and JAM examination. And not only that, you can also help us to what? Share this channel to your what? Your classmates, your friends, your neighbors, so they too can also benefit from what? From this lecture. So until I see you in our next lecture, don't forget this is Math Theater TV, and your success is my delight. Peace.